Hey guys, just a quick Tektron screwdriver review. I was at Sam's Club with my wife a couple days back and I happened to be distracted by something, a pile of display on a shelf, and it was these screwdrivers, 12-piece set, uh, $24.99 if I remember correctly. And picked them up to look at them, see what they were. I saw the brand on eBay a few times. Never looked into it, but I said, oh, it sounds like a junk store Chinese brand style stuff. But let me see what it is. So I walked over, I picked them up, and lo and behold, what is this? What? What? Doesn't even say with global or imported goods or materials, that's impressive. Then I investigated a little further, found this. Michigan Industrial Tools. Now, and that's Grand Rapids. Those two go hand in hand. Why? Because back in the 90s, we don't need that. Late 90s, I worked for a little tool store, Metro Tools, up here in Wallingford, Connecticut, and they also had a store in Pennsylvania, a couple stores I think in Pennsylvania, Cremo and Sons, Cremo and Sons. And they sold MIT tools, air tools for the most part, and some ratchets and I think it was hand tools and air tools. I think that was about it that MIT made. They made some really good stuff. I actually still own a 1/2-inch air ratchet from them that I use not often, but I do use it, once a year, twice a year now. At this rate, I don't do much heavy work anymore, so I don't really need it. But anyways, I have a problem. I buy screwdrivers and hammers and tools, and I don't know. I just keep buying more, and I got to stop, but especially since I don't need them. But anyways, I saw the Made in USA thing, and I said I had to take a walk down, throw these in the cart, and bring them home and take a couple of minutes and review them. So here they are. Tektron, this overmolded rubbery shit. It's almost got a waxy feeling, but it's definitely softer, and you get the hard plastic here. I'm not afraid to put USA on there. They're all pretty decent. The black oxide finish, blah blah blah. It's cheaper than doing anything nice, but hey, whatever. For the price, it's not a bad screwdriver, I suppose. They actually fit quite decent. The tri-lobal thing is great because they're not going to roll off your toolbox or your bench or the back of your truck or the bumper that you stick it on, or let alone when you're on a hill and driveway or working on something and you put it down and next thing you know it's halfway down the driveway and you're underneath on the creeper going fudge. But or if you're working on a gutter and you put it up on the roof, it doesn't roll off and then end up on the ground. So I decided to take these out of the box, and I'm not going to do an unboxing because that's stupid. I hate unboxings. But let's just look at the tip here. It's not bad. It looks like it's just machined, probably screw machine, I'd assume. Not bad at all. There's no per se, no real. There's a tiny bit of flash where the overmold's kind of peeling. Right there. But I don't see that being too much of an issue. Anyhow, so what I want to do is, like I said, this is just one drawer. I got enough screwdrivers to fill close to 4 buckets, 5-gallon pails, and I need to stop. But so I took which one did I grab? I took the 6-inch basically, and I wandered over to my vise and I put a sheetrock screw in there. One of the larger ones that you use for everything, framing, coat hangers, etc. Anything you want to use a screw for, they're pretty much the all-purpose screw. And I didn't have way to really hold it, but I'll show you what I did, since I was going to bend it and use that in the vise that way to try and beat on the screwdriver. So hold on a second, I'll just give you a peek. Alright, so like I said, I brought it over to my smaller vise. The other one is almost twice that size. And yeah, it's quite the, you know, I don't know what the size of this thing is. It's that size. But here's what I did. Yeah, buddy, it's a stare at. I went to bend it. I snapped it, so I stuck the guy in there, and I gave this the old torque test, and I went till I cammed out, and lo and behold, I did some damage. So they're not hardened tips. So I was kind of disappointed in that. But anyways, let me go back over there. But these guys, they do have a, they can bend. I tried not to actually bend it. I did a little bit and let it spring back. It's a flathead. Seriously, you go nuts on it, you're gonna bend it. I mean, every freaking flathead I own's got some sort of bend in it. There's a snap-on with a bend in it. I mean, what do you expect? Yeah, snap-on. The bigger ones, not so much. This is a made in England. It's a proto. Obviously, the brake clean has taken care of the name and any other information. It's one of my go-to screwdrivers. It's got I would say just a hair of twist on it. It's been good the whole time. I've had that for a few years. But let's talk about these guys. The only flaws I found in this set, out of the box, the way they are, I didn't go, trying to do any damage to them, except for, the one guy that I kind of, gave a little bit of a fun test to, this guy here. But that's okay. He's a sacrificial lamb. This guy here, this is the 0. And a 0 has to have a very sharp tip, kind of like this little screwdriver here. They go into tiny little screws. Not quite eyeglasses size, but darn close. And most of the time, the 0s and the 1s, the tips are too sharp for a majority of the screws that you find, because the quality of screws are pretty shitty. Here's a Craftsman. Pomade. But it's decent. But I'm going to talk about that. Here's a go-to screwdriver for the most part. I use it quite often, but it's not my favorite, and I'll show you my favorite. If anybody knows the brand, find it, or has an idea of the brand, tell me. I don't know what the brand is. It's not a Klein. It looks like a Klein. It's not stamped anywhere, even underneath the rubber here. I took the sleeve off. There's nothing there. But this guy here, this friggin' screwdriver, I have tried to snap the tip off because I like it so much. I enjoy this screwdriver. It's just that good. Stronger and better than any of the snap-ons that I've ever had. Better than the Proto set. Better than other Armstrongs that I have. I got a couple Armstrong Phillips, but here's a go-to that I have. Speaking of Armstrong, had this one, drove over it. Made in USA. I gotta say, Armstrong, you guys make a damn good screwdriver. Like I said, I drove over it. She's a little cockeyed, but I've had this thing for probably 15 years, I guess. I don't even know. It's fantastic. But all right, back to this. I'm gonna get too distracted, and I don't want to see how that tip right here, that cut, it's misshapen. It's a curve, and it actually closes off, cuts off before it reaches the tip. I don't like that. It's just that one. These two match up beautifully, and this one is shit. That guy's fine, that guy's fine, and then there's that one. So, whatever. I don't use a P0 very often. As a matter of fact, to me, it's probably going to, I'll never really use that one. But the rest of the screwdrivers in this set is, like I said, I believe it was $24.99. Hell, buy it. Throw it in the back seat, throw it in the trunk, throw it in the toolbox, throw it in throw it under the shit, throw it in the bathroom. I don't care where you throw it. Throw it in somewhere, keep it as a spare set. Put it in your computer box, you know, put it in your, definitely if you got equipment, tractors, trailers, equipment like that, heavy equipment, grab a set and for the price, you can't go wrong keeping them as spares. I mean, they're comfortable. The grips are good. So I want to say I'm going to give it a thumbs up for out of everything, but I'm not going to give it a high 5 as far as it goes. It's a good screwdriver set. I'm glad it's made in USA. I appreciate that. I'm going to see if I could return. I don't think they're going to let you return just one screwdriver for that, but maybe I have to bring the whole set back and swap them out, you know, since this one's cockeyed. But I gotta say, hopefully Michigan Industrial Tools is not gonna just do this one time and they're gonna start doing better. I might order some of the other Tektron stuff off eBay and try and do a review, but I'm already gone long into this video, and you know, it's already over 10 minutes long, and God, who knew talking about screwdrivers was going to be that exciting? I mean, it's friggin' screwdrivers, but you don't realize how many you have at some point, or how many you need. But like I said, also, this is a tri-lobal. It's a similar design, and this one's pretty good too. It's a snap-on. All right.